Hi everybody, it's Maya, and today is a very unplanned video. Similar to how I do my TikToks, I just sit down and I just film my makeup, but instead it's going to be a full-length YouTube video. It's currently 4:50 p.m. That's like late as hell for me because I usually go to bed at like 7. Like Donovan will be here in like an hour. We're gonna go get food and then we're gonna come back here, eat it, and watch Big Brother and play Minecraft or Hello Neighbor 2, whichever one we decide to do today. Like, I just washed my hair and I was gonna be like, you know, let me just wear no makeup today, but my hair looks its best, so why not make my face look its best? So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm going in with the Ciate London Dewy Skin Primer. Nothing new here. I've just fell in love with this primer. It is so glass-like. It's literally so dark outside too, so I'm like, what is the point in doing a full face? But also makeup is really fun and I like doing it, so why not? For foundation, I'm just going in with the Fenty Ease Drop in the shade 3. I just, even though it's like technically a skin tint, the coverage of it is very much like, it's good coverage. It covers a lot in my eyes, like for what I need to do, because I don't really ever break out that much. I do when I'm getting my period, which I am right now, so I am breaking out a little bit more than I usually do. But other than that, my only skin concerns are just redness and like oily and dryness. It's never like anything that actually needs to be covered up that much though. So I don't ever really look for a full coverage foundation. This is just perfect. Like, I'm trying to figure out what foundation I want to wear for my wedding, because I'm definitely going to be doing my own makeup. And I cannot wait for the time when I actually have my wedding date picked out, because the content of just like getting ready for my wedding and showing the dress and just, it's going to be so fun. But yeah, like this is definitely up there for one of the contenders. Like obviously I want to kind of be full coverage, but at the same time, like I just don't ever wear full coverage foundation, so something like this is a really good option for me because I can trust it and I know it's gonna look good all day. Same with the Kosas foundation. That one will probably end up being it. Like that one is just top tier. Like the way it wears throughout the whole day for me is just really good. I'm gonna take the Flower Beauty concealer. This is the Light Illusion concealer in vanilla, and I'm gonna put that right over my pimple and just let that sit for like however long it takes me to do this contour. So this is the Rare Beauty contour in Happy Soul. This is the worst nose contour of my life, but when it blends out it'll look a little bit better. Sometimes I like actually like putting contour on my lips too, because when you blend it, it makes them look that much juicier. Like I know it looks crazy now. I know, I look awful. So I think I'm gonna blend this first and then do blush and then do concealer, so I won't have to apply as much concealer and I can just sort of like clean up the areas. And mind you, I look so gross right now. Mind you, it's dark as hell outside, so like let's say it doesn't look as good as I actually thought it was, then it's dark out anyway. You can't even tell. It just sucks that I'm not going to be able to wear this makeup for a full day. I'm actually not liking the lips at all. I don't know why I did that. I should have just did it on the bottom because it's now looking kind of like a mustache on the top. I'm going to blend out the concealer now, just so it's not sitting too long. And I'm also going to bring that on the sides of my nose just to help sharpen up that nose contour. That actually like got really nice. I'm gonna put it here too, and then a little bit down the center. I made that so crooked. I want to take this Flower Beauty concealer and apply a little bit under my eyes, also where I would like clean up under my contour and anywhere I want to brighten. And we're gonna let that sit while we do the blush. So I'm taking the two Rare Beauty blushes in Believe and Bliss. I have been loving this combo lately, just mixing the two. Yeah, the combo's really pretty when you mix it together. It just creates like Believe, but like in a lighter shade, so it's not so intense. You just dab it where you want it, and then you blend it. So I'm just gonna tap it into the skin, just so I'm not hitting the concealer just yet, but we will be blending it into the concealer as well. This is also helping me with my blush placement, because I tend to apply it kind of like everywhere, and having the concealer there is making me like skip where I usually do it. I feel like it's gonna make me look just a little bit more snatched. But now I'm gonna take my concealer brush and we are going to just blend that around the blush. I still have some blush left on the back of my hand, so if we need to apply more, just in case it got covered up, then we can do that. But I've been noticing this area right here, I always apply blush there, but a lot of people take their concealer and they bring it down and then out, and they clean up the blush that they applied there. I don't know, it just makes it look like you know how to do your makeup, if that makes sense. I feel like with the concealer, it helps you make it look like you placed it there like on purpose. So I'm gonna take whatever's left on the back of my hand now and just go right back over, just to kind of like diffuse the harshness. I love that. I think I'm gonna start doing that, applying my blush and concealer sort of like together, because it just creates like this uniformity, whatever the proper word is, and it snatched me here. Like it just looks like it's all meant to look like, I don't know, like the base, I don't know if you could tell how smooth it's looking right now. I feel like I applied less product too, because usually I do my blush and I'm like it looks good, but it doesn't help make me look snatched. The nose too just looks wow. I really was like trust the process here. Like I didn't even know what I was doing either. We just sort of did it all together and it turned out looking really good, and now it's going to be the new way I do my makeup. Going in with the Pixi H2O Skin Veil Powder, my new favorite, and I'm going to take it on this Rare Beauty powder brush, and I'm just going to basically like not bake, but bake. Like I'm not necessarily smoothing it over, I'm just sort of tapping it there so it can sit, and then I'm gonna go in and blend it all out. But I definitely want to just like tap it where I want it first. I just see people on TikTok doing this all the time, so I'm just like, maybe it's a hack. So now I'm just gonna take whatever's left on the brush now and start patting it into the skin and sweeping it away. And whatever's left over on the brush, not taking any new powder, and I'm going over the cheeks, so you don't want to lose too much of that blush. You know, sometimes you can go overboard with powder and you lose all the cream products that you just put down, whereas this just sort of kept it all in place and just made it look good but just set. Wow, my skin has never looked more flawless. I'm gonna lightly bronze with my favorite Ciate London bronzer, my blue bronzer in Palm Island, and I'm just gonna tap because I see the shape now. Usually I just apply it wherever, but I see the shape. I don't want to apply it here because that's where I'm creating that illusion of the snatched cheeks. Okay, very lightly, just accentuating this portion of the nose contour and right here as well. I also like to kind of erase the front of my nose, so I bring it like right here and then I highlight up here a little bit more. It just shortens the nose a little bit because my tip is pretty like round. So doing that, I always notice it helps. like make the nose look a little bit, I don't know, I don't really know how to contour my nose correctly. Like, I never really see anybody else with my nose. So I'm also taking that bronzer just in the crease. We are going to do a little bit more with the eyes. Nothing too crazy though. I'm just gonna stick to like a matte look. Like, I want to be like a full glam, but also like a natural full glam. I don't know, something like that. If you watched my last video, I used this Mishko Beauty Blush palette, and I did actually end up liking it a lot. So I'm gonna pick up this shade right here. That's Ijama, just a little bit, and I'm going to lightly tap it right here in this area. I'm not gonna go too close to my nose because I don't want to lose that shape. This is definitely going to make my cheeks look a little bit more juicier. Now, if you skip the blush and you just kept the contour, it would look a little bit more snatched, but I kind of need that color. Like, it still looks good. It's just a little bit less snatched. I feel like if I just kept the blush up here and I didn't come down, you know, that would work too, but I like putting it on my apples. I don't know, I can't go without it. This is it. It literally looks so stunning. If you saw my short, I did post a short of me using this, and I use it all over TikTok. But this is it. So pretty. I love this highlight so much. And I also got the highlighter brush as well. So I'm just gonna pick up some and focus it up here. I usually start my highlight down here, but I've been noticing if I apply it up here first and really let this portion be like the most highlight, and then you slowly bring the rest down just to blend it, it just goes more seamlessly. And this highlight, I love it because when you turn, you don't see it, but then when it catches the light, like, it's there. Like, it's so pretty. So we start right here, basically like under your outer corner of the eye. Slowly bring it up, under and over the brows, and then you bring the rest down to like the apple of your cheek, and it just gives the most seamless highlights. I like to keep my highlight pretty subtle, so I'm not gonna layer it anymore, but it's so pretty. For the nose, I like to have it more concentrated, so I'm going to pick that up on my finger and I'm going to drag it down like that. I should have made that a little bit smaller, but I really like focusing it on the bridge the most. And I'm going to tap excess away with my sponge. Okay, I'm just really loving the base right now. It's just my perfect base, even though it's more makeup than I usually do. Like, this just looks so effortless. So for eyeshadow, I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette just because it has a mix of everything. And I'm going to start by taking Gratitude, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to put that in the crease as well, just to sort of deepen up the bronzer that I already put there. I'm also going to bring it down on the outer corner, just to start out the shape that I like. I'm gonna take Radiate, which is this lighter kind of grayish brown shade, and just sort of diffuse it a little bit. It's definitely gonna cool it down a little bit more too. It just helps blend it all together. It's a very similar tone, it's just slightly lighter, so it's, did you see how it just like softened that eyeshadow? I love shades like that. I'm also gonna bring it underneath. I'm gonna take the Rare Beauty highlight again, and I'm gonna pick that up on a flat brush and apply that in the inner corner and up, and just all over the lid. I have been loving this shade as just like an eyeshadow. It is so pretty and subtle, but like it reflects so hard. Like, it is just the most stunning shade, like as a highlighter and as a lid shade. If y'all know me, you know I love shades like this, especially to put on my lids. So the fact that it's also my highlights and my eyeshadow all in one, just perfect. I'm not going to do too much more with the eyes. I'm just going to go back into the Huda Beauty palette and I'm going to start with this shade. It is Precious. It's kind of like a purpley gray. And I'm going to pick that up on, I don't know, just a tapered brush. And I'm going to apply that strictly on the outer corner, like the outer V of my eye. See how I'm doing that shape? Just to sort of deepen it up a little bit more. I'm debating if I want to do eyeliner today or if I want to stick with eyeshadow as liner. I don't think I want to do eyeliner. I did it yesterday and I like totally messed it up. It just, the wing got gigantic and like, I don't know. I've just been in a mood lately where I want things to look a little bit more natural even though I'm still wearing makeup. So I think I'm just going to leave it like that and then do some eyeliner, eyeshadow as my liner. So I'm going to pick up Mantra, which is this darker gray. And we're going to use that as the eyeliner. I'm using a angled brush for that, and I like how the eyeliner is definitely more like smudged out and not necessarily just like a line. So I'm going to focus on making that tip pretty sharp, but even if it doesn't get there, it's okay because you can still get that shape. Debating on what food I should eat tonight. I kind of want Taco Bell, you know, I had Wingstop yesterday. I kind of want Taco Bell. Also kind of want, dare I say it, Cane's. Me and Donovan have been getting Cane's like every single freaking day. Don't want Chick-fil-A, I know that. So I'll probably end up getting Taco Bell though. Don't want to do, I was going to use my NYX Lift and Snatch, but because it is so late in the day, I'm just going to take my PYT Brow Goals pencil in black. And I actually just trimmed my brows too, so they're definitely not messy anymore. So using a brow pencil is easier because if I go a while without trimming my brows and they get kind of like messy and I go in with a pencil to fill them in, it just makes it look even messier. And that's why I like the pen, because you can get that precise line and sort of like go around the messiness, but because they're cleaned up, I can go on with this one with no problem. I always forget that I basically need to do it weekly, like trim my brows. But I'll be going like a while. I'm just like, why do they look like that? Like, obviously, the hair grows back. Okay, and before I do mascara, I'm gonna go in with this Freck pen and just go over my marks really quick. I don't know, I have a weird order sometimes. Like, sometimes I want to do my mascara last. Some days I do it almost immediately. I don't know. I am in love with my base right now. It just looks so smooth. And I forgot to mention, I got sent the Urban Decay All-Nighter for free. I did this campaign with Urban Decay on my Instagram like a month or two ago, and I didn't know I was getting anything for it. I literally just did it, and they sent me a free Urban Decay setting spray. And I think I owned it before, like a mini version, I think from Ipsy possibly. I don't have it anymore. I don't remember my opinion on it either, but I know it's like a staple in people's collections, so I'm gonna use it at the very end of my makeup and just set it down and see if it does anything. I'm going in with the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extension Mascara. So let's move on to the last step, which is lips. I'm going in with this NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Whipped Caviar. I found this in my collection and I fell in love with the color and just the formula. It is a little warm toned for the eye look, but it's still very cute. I definitely need more like nude lip liners because I keep buying like warm pinks and stuff. This is cute. And then I'm going to top it with the Kaja Gloss Shot in Milk Tea. I fell in love with this formula. Like, it's just so juicy and like so glossy and hydrating and not sticky at all. And the gloss itself, literally, like, it's so smooth and so nice. And it actually stays on for a long time. Most glosses fade really quickly, but this one just like stays. It's weird. Now I'm gonna take my Urban Decay all-nighter and spray my face. This is a big size too, like it's pretty big. I don't remember. I'm gonna give it a test spray first. Okay, let's do it. Wow, I breathed that in. Oh, I like the mist. It's very fine. And I feel like the spray like covered my entire face. So now I'm gonna fan my face really quick. I wonder how that's gonna make. I don't really like test setting sprays. Like, I don't really ever see like if it makes my makeup stay in place all day or if it makes me less oily. For me personally, I don't really care if my makeup were to like fade or anything. My biggest thing would be if I got oily. So if this prevents me from getting like oily, then cool. I'm just taking my sponge now and very lightly just tapping my skin just so the setting spray is like actually in my skin. It pretty much is. I feel like it's not if I don't tap it in. But the skin does not feel wet or anything. It feels really good and it looks almost the exact same except just a little bit more pretty. This is the finished look. Let me get I'm gonna zoom y'all in actually just so we can get in on the action. Like, I don't think you've ever seen my skin look this good in a long time. Like, with a lot of makeup on, I just feel like my base is so just refreshing. Why don't I film like this? I can sit all the way back. I don't know, I feel like it's a good frame. Like, let me just do a few poses. I don't know how to pose. I'm in love with this makeup. I need to see it up close in my mirror. Like, usually I look up close and I'm like, it's a little bit dry, but it just looks so smooth. I don't know. What do you guys think? I full on sat here thinking that it was just gonna come out looking okay and I was gonna end up having to scrap the video, but it looks stunning and my hair just looks amazing. And the shirt is so cute, and yeah, I'm just like in love with how it turned out. So yeah, so that was it for today's video. Let me know if you guys like these videos a little bit better, kind of more spontaneous, getting ready with me as opposed to reviews. I would love to make more like get ready with me, because I usually just post them on TikTok because I feel like my YouTube ones don't get that many views if I'm not, you know, doing a certain product. I just love just using what's in my collection, nothing new, and creating makeup and making me fall back in love with products that I just stopped using. Like, I don't know. Going into 2023, I definitely want to not buy as much. Like, Rare Beauty is always going to be an exception. I just need everything from Rare Beauty, but everything else, like, I don't need a lot of the makeup that comes out on the market. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on that. And yeah, don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.